why it's gone. There we go. Ah, thank you. Phew.
How about you're incompetent?
Yes, that would be it for sure, man. Hello, everybody. We are live. Oh, great Scott!
Wow.
What happened to Tinma? Oh, we get someone knocked on the door. All right. Well then.
No, I said the word incompetent, and he just left.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was my famous Louding screen. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. We're episode 55. We've got US. We want to go over some UI stuff and talk about landmark news, which includes a variety of stuff, competitions mostly. There he is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Welcome back.
I'm
I
live. It's an
love
open mic.
your shirt, Tinma.
Yes.
And let's see, is everything working normally here?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, looks good. All right.
I feel like I'm in widescreen. Well,
Yeah.
or is that just me?
Yeah. You are on widescreen.
I-
We're gonna have enough room for your head, man.
Oh wow! Wow,
That
thanks.
great big noggin of yours. All right. Well, I had some. So we're going to go over some UI stuff. There's a few UI things that we see popping up all the time. We want to make sure that we had a chance to just go over these, reiterate them. For us, they're the changes that we'd like to see happen. We don't know if there's any issues with getting any of these things done right away, but we were talking about it earlier, right before the show started. And let me switch back to the other stuff, and I will show them to you. I took some screenshots a little while ago. How about that? All right, so not necessarily the loading screen, but when you get to the character select screen, I was unable to get a copy of the character select screen. But when the servers are down and you go to the character select screen, there is no button. There's no nothing. There's no way to get out of it other than to click the X in the top corner, and so we need an exit button there when there are no servers available, like after they've bounced all the servers to, like, for the morning bounce, which seems to be happening a lot lately.
That's 3 times a week, as far as I know.
Okay.
It used to be every day, but yeah, they've actually lessened that quite a bit.
Now, the next screenshot I've got here is something that I might be the only one who it matters to, but it's not working right. So I follow a lot of people in the gallery. One of the things when you watch the show, you see my email get full of stuff I've not read yet, and those are mostly showcase messages of people that I follow in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And when they update the claim or add a claim to the gallery, every time there's a change, I get an email, both in-game and out of the game. When I go visit other claims of people who I want to follow, I click on this. It says follow right here. I click on it, and it says you need beta access to follow. And it's been like that since maybe January or February.
It was working before that, though, right?
Yeah, it was working before that.
Okay.
But it has stopped working since, and I click on the follow button. I don't get any response. I just get that message that says you need beta access to follow. So I don't know if I'm actually still following new people or not. But
What that option does is follow the player. It doesn't follow the claim.
right.
And
follows
every
the player.
time they do something or submit something different, then Geo would get like a notification or something.
And that, I believe, is that update comes whether they've submitted something to the to Player Studio or to the gallery. Mm-hmm. It's a great feature. There's a lot of, you know me, I like to go look at builds, so it's a very handy tool, and I think this would be a great thing to do. We've talked about a favorite button. If there's a build you want to favorite, this would be a good place for it on the claim sheet right here, someplace, a little favorite. You have a star, have a short list of favorites to go to. Quality of life stuff. Next one is, well, here's a map view, and I've got obviously all my all my check boxes checked so that I can see the claim boundaries and all the claims. But because I have the UI turned off, I can't see any information down there. So to turn the UI back on, I actually have to hit M to shut down the map. And then in my regular interface, do Control F10 twice to turn the UI back on, and then go back to my map, and you can see everything again after that. It'd be nice to be able to do that right when you're in the map.
I thought one of the original features was that we were supposed to be able to like scroll over in map view and be able to tell whose place was what and look up a catalog of their stuff, who liked it, who didn't.
Well, I know when you have the UI turned on and you're in map view, you can see the builder's name. Whoever the claim belongs to, you can see that character's name.
It would be nice to be able to have that feature in the map view, though, where all you got to do is like scroll over to that part of the map or whatever and see whose claim owns where.
Yeah, because you can only do it within a small vicinity of where you're actually at. If you go to another section of the map, you don't get those options, even with your UI turned on.
Here's a screenshot I took recently. Now, early this morning, I was having my boot icon was showing up all the time, or was it last night? But I noticed this morning or this afternoon when I logged in to get these screenshots, my boot icon is gone. It's gone, and I don't know if that's
it's a bug.
It's a random thing. It's a
bug.
It's a bug because it ain't here.
I was happy. It's like, yeah, they got rid of it.
The one thing about these particular screenshots is it does not load the UI correctly in that particular screenshot. That's another issue that apparently still has not been resolved.
Oh, you mean where the chat window is got the white background?
Yeah. It should show the full way it's supposed to actually look in the game. If it's
you know what? You're right. Yep. And same with the buttons down here, the hotkeys. Yeah.
Now, if I have my UI turned off, of course I don't want to see it. But if I've got it turned on, I want it to look just like it does in the game.
Yeah. Next, this is one I know Tim has been asking for a long time, and anybody who's got a guild or who runs a guild could really benefit from having this feature. Here's a screenshot of a guild window, and one thing we need, right here, there needs to be an extra column. It says last logged in, and I don't know if that data is collected already. If it is, that would be easy. If it's not, it wouldn't be easy. So we don't know. We don't know one way or the other.
I'm trying to figure out, on this particular window, at the bottom it says message of the day. And that should be whatever it shows to everybody. Then, right beside where the names is, it's the same exact information.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right here.
Pretty much.
So it's wasted space, maybe? Or... No, this is right. This is two different messages.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
That's two different messages.
But I almost think that particular window needs to be like first page, and then the roster would be like page 2 or something,
Mm-hmm. And the leave guild button is rather large. I don't know. It's, like me, I like to click on. I see a big button. I like to click it. If I leave my own guild, I'm in deep doo doo. And next,
it's a lot bigger than the little X button at the top of the top corner there.
Yeah, and then here's one. I don't know. I bet everybody's done this probably repeatedly, but here's an instance where So I right-clicked on Metallical's name in this list here to teleport to friend. And, of course, you can't see my mouse in the picture. But there's many times I've clicked to teleport to friend and accidentally removed friend. So I'm thinking the feature to remove should maybe either be at the bottom of the list or someplace out of the way or be accessed differently because it's just too easy to drop someone. Yeah?
Question.
Yes.
Were you in windowed mode or full screen mode?
I was in windowed when I shot these.
That's why, because windowed mode has an issue where the mouse is offset from where your mouse's actual location is.
I have noticed that one too.
It has been there since alpha.
In windowed mode or full screen?
Yes.
In windowed. Wow.
Windowed mode has problems.
That's something that needs to be fixed then.
Yeah. I was not aware.
Mm-hmm.
Not aware.
It's off by like at least like a 1/4 inch or something like that from the tip of your mouse, the mouse pointer. It's actually like at an angle, at like a 45-degree angle from its actual location.
And no, I just took this, maybe 35 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. And usually at lunchtime, the list here would be full. We're encouraging strongly everybody who's watching these videos to jump back into Landmark now, because there are some amazing changes in the pipeline, and you should get back in and get your claim on, into the world, so you're prepared when these new changes hit. Next one is here. This is the claim management window, and as you can see here, the automatic naming that happens, there's some sort of glitch. I'm not sure what it is, but I've got 3 claim 27s.
I know what that is.
Okay.
Every time you put down a claim and you lift one up, it will go back to the last number that you had down. So you can get multiples of 9s, 10s, 25s,
Got it.
whatever.
Yep.
You have to go and actually rename those. If they were to actually scrap the number, then you'd be missing numbers. You could be up to 46, but you'd be 1, 7, 25, 33, 46.
Mm-hmm. All right.
This is my opinion, and my opinion only. But when you go and place a claim down, you should be prompted for the name of that claim when you place it down, so that I can name it on the spot right then. And that way, when I go into my interface, I don't have to worry about all that kind of stuff. I know what I put down in that particular thing. If I want to name it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can do that. But to place the claim down, and it just, as soon as it does it, it prompts me, hey, what do you want to name this claim? Put the name in there, and it, it saves it automatically.
So I removed a claim so I could get something into my overflow, because there's another thing that's been happening for quite a while. You'll see it in the next screenshot, I hope. There it is. So it says, was it inventory something or other? It's 8 feet away. I can't see it. But this is when you have something in your overflow, it says inventory warning. Yeah. There are currently items in your overflow inventory with an expiration timer. If the item is still in the overflow inventory when the timer expires, it will be lost forever. So what's interesting is you've got an OK button and a cancel button here, but no matter what you click, the little window just simply goes away. I would imagine if you clicked OK that it should take you to your overflow inventory tab.
Yeah, in other words, get rid of one of the buttons.
Get rid of one of the buttons, or when you click the OK button, actually have it go to your inventory window, to the overflow section.
But that would be logical.
Yeah, well, but I've been seeing this for a long time, and I get the giggles every time I click it. But it's if we're not telling them about these things, then of course we're not doing our job. And well, that's it for the screenshots that I had of some examples. Did you guys have anything, or anybody in the audience have something that's a hot item on you? We're
mentioning the friends list. Why do we need a split between guild and friends, and why are you have 2 lists? That if you're in one guild and that's all you want as your friends, why do you need both lists? I think that's what Turlurky was saying.
Well, me personally, it's like this. Yes, you have your friends, but you also have your guild members. And if I only am able to zone or teleport to friend it is to friend members, would you think that my guild members should be more important than anybody else?
Oh yeah, you know what? That's one I forgot to grab. Yeah, when you right click on someone in the guild list, you can't teleport to them. It would be great if we had that feature to teleport to a guild member.
Now, I've got people that's in the guild that isn't on my friends list, and vice versa.
I think it's just more the function of the two lists. Like in guild, you can send mail, you can send tells, etc., but you can't transport. Whereas friends, you can't send the mail. You have to open up guild to use the mail function, just retype the name. But you can transport. So why don't they just give them the same functions?
I don't get it.
Well, I think I think Lousy is really onto that. Y2 lists, just need maybe a friends list. If you want to see who's on in the guild, just open your guild window.
I don't see where it's two lists. It's one list to me.
There needs to be some kind of benefit for one list or the other. Period. That's all there is to it. There needs to be something that one list does that offers you as a player something that if I put somebody on my guild list, then that should be something special and different from the friends list. As of right now, there is nothing special. The only difference is you can teleport a friend. That almost puts friends above guild members. And if you're going to be having guilds or having a guild member, that's fine. But as of right now, my guild is my friends list. Period.
And well, I've got a question for Elemental Fiend. I don't know if he has an answer or not, but it is for you guys over there at Daybreak. Was there a reason why you didn't put in the ability to teleport to a guild member? Let's say in case that guild member is not on your friends list because somebody else in the guild invited them. I don't know, but I was just curious. Just a thought. Was there a reason why that feature teleport to guildie wasn't added? Any other UI?
Well, that whole system was put together at the same time as the guild was implemented.
Oh, that was like over a year ago, right?
Yeah, you had a friends list, but then when they implemented guilds, that was added to the friends list.
Got it.
And as we know, the guild system was never completed. And, well, apparently that was a part of the guild system. So I'm assuming it's going to come in an update at some point in time that we get all the features that we should have gotten. But we're having to wait over a year to get it.
Any other burning UI issues?
Let me clarify something here. Because Corinne just called me out on something apparently, and I didn't actually say. But for me, my friends list takes priority over my guild. Period. That's all there is to it. Because the friends list has more functionality. I can teleport to friends. I can message friends. I can't send mail to friends, but that's another weird thing. Being able to send mail to anybody. I think that's a good idea.
I gotta put a foot down. I gotta put a foot down here.
Okay. You got a foot to put down?
Elemental Fiend said guild members are not always friends. That's speculative, okay? Speculative. Especially when you are in the position of the highest order in that guild. Every member is a friend of mine. And that's the way I look at it. So that is a speculative statement there, my dear friend. So I shall put the foot up the butt right there.
Oh my God!
Then
welcome to live
I
television.
Suppose I'm just different and I stand apart from everybody else. Then fine, forget it. Forget I said anything.
Jeez. Well, I think Elemental's answer is eloquent, and simple. It's
Tim has never been in a huge server guild. Not ever a member is a friend. Actually, incorrect. Incorrect. I have been, You know, I was in Sinister Swarm that had over 8,000 people. I was also a guild leader inside of World of Warcraft. It had over 250 members. I, again, speculative. Bust your balls. Gonna bust your balls.
Oh, lovely. All right. Well, anybody else out there have a burning UI issue they want to bring up? Just something you're encountering that either doesn't make sense or is not working as intended. That was my short list of stuff right there that we covered. But when you log in, and the one I didn't have a picture for that was when you log in to the game and the servers are down because they just got bounced. You see your character, but nothing else on the screen. And there's not even an exit button to close. An exit button there would be nice, because I think some people are going to get lost if they don't see it. Because you can also hit the little X up in the corner, but if you're full screen, that little X isn't there. Yeah.
The launcher window, a good point on when the servers are down. Please actually make it look like they're down, because there's been lots of times where they're down and it says low instead of down.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I was replying.
I think the question everyone's having about the friends list versus guild list is why is the functionality different between the two, and why can't we just merge them?
Fiend just answered that question right there. Katina said, the point is, why can't we port to our guild members? And Fiend said, because the guild system was rushed out and is only partially finished. Yeah. That's an answer. That is an answer.
That's good. Thank you, Elemental.
I said that earlier when I said it was pushed out at the same time as the guild system, and it was not completed, and we've had to wait over a year to get it completed. Well, actually, still going on over a year now.
Anybody else, guys? Any issues you're encountering?
One thing I have noticed lately when I'm logging in and out, sometimes when I come on my claim, it shows likes, and other times it shows no likes. So I'm not sure if it's resetting or if it's just a glitch in the system.
I just assume nobody has ever been to my claim. Well, I know that's not true, but I.
Well, they're supposed to reset. Now, they used to reset every 2 weeks.
They reset every single time they start off a competition.
On the competition claims.
Yes.
All the claims reset?
They reset everything. When I had the 100 likes on that one claim that I never got an achievement for, it was the only achievement I was missing to actually having tested all of the achievements. Mm-hmm. I never got an achievement for it. And then they started the competition for Halas. Not Halas. The other one. Not Kinos.
Takish.
Ogre?
Takish. When they started the Takish competition...
The other green one.
They wiped all the likes on everybody's claim, and it started back from scratch. Mm-hmm. But every single time they do a competition, it gets wiped.
Well, that's a good segue right there. Competition. There is a note from Terry in the forums. Tinma, you want to cover this?
Sure. Well, Terry made a post on Friday that stated this: we're having a couple of issues we're resolving with the submission process for our competitions. Because of this, we are not able to start the competition today, as in this past Friday. We'll be moving everything out by 4 days, and it will be starting on Tuesday, 10/6, and end on 11/10. The official rules have been updated to reflect this change. Sorry for any inconvenience, but we'll get these bugs crushed and get everything on track for next week. That's the full post right there.
Yeah, and for those in Europe who are not in the American format of date, that is November 10th and not October 11th.
Sorry.
Well, but no, it's in Terry's post. It's in the just the number format. The better way to post for Terry would certainly be to put the abbreviation for the month and then the number of the day. But yeah, that is November 10th. And also, is Voxelvision here? Is he in chat?
Give me 1 second. I'll tell you.
So on Saturday, the amazing pumpkin carving competition has started.
No, he's not in chat.
Okay, the speed carving contest ended last night at what, at midnight or something, or 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I missed it, so I don't know how that went. I haven't seen the submissions yet, but and if anyone's got the link to both Terry's post in the forums and to Voxelvision's competition for the pumpkin carving, and in-game Voxelvision's name is Fierce.
Give me a moment.
Voxelvision. Okay.
I'll get the other one too.
So I'm curious, Delvin, Loved, are you guys seeing improved LOD, like improved over a month ago, 2 months ago?
I am a little bit. But I'm prop heavy when I play, so it doesn't really make much of a difference for me.
Does that make you lean to one side?
I think it's in y'all's imagination.
I don't see
no change.
Serious.
I don't either. I mean, if there is any changes, they're not noticeable to me.
All right. Well, then maybe it's just me, but I'm seeing stuff. And really, I'm seeing some what seem to be some really big improvements in the LOD. It's stealth stuff, but I have a suggestion, and I think we are beta testing, and everybody here on the program signed up to be beta testing. I think it would help us greatly if these stealth updates that happen behind the scenes, if you guys could publish something, even if you just give it a version number with no description, at least that you made a change on the back end, because you can't manage what you can't measure. And if you can't manage, then you can't run things optimally. So it'd be nice if there was a revision of some sort, a list of all the updates that happen behind the scenes, on the server side, as well as what we get to our client. Because that way we'd know when an update's been done. There wouldn't be any guessing. And if something's not looking or working better as a result of that update, we can at least give feedback, constructive feedback that you guys would need to make updates. Don't know how easy that would be.
Yeah, I cried out for that. If you noticed in the past when they put out patch notes at the various bug improvements or bug fixes and improvements, I want to know. I want to know.
Yeah, we really do. We really do. I mean, we're here to beta test, and it helps us as testers to be able to see all the little things. Even if there's not a description, at least we know that there was a change on that day, and if we can document it, because most of us have the ability to record video to our desktop or to our computer from inside the game, so then we could match that up with things that we think we're seeing, and then look at the list. Oh yeah, there was an update. Description would be good. 2 cents. Anybody?
Well, me personally, I don't see any changes. I don't see any of the changes in the LOD. I mean, unless it's to the point where I don't see the streaking and stuff anymore, and I can see halfway across the island without any total degradation to the point where I want to strangle something, then yeah, I don't see any noticeable change.
Yeah, I can go back and
even if it's minute changes over time, I still don't see it because I'm always there. I'm always in it.
Anybody who's streaming in ultra settings, and there's a lot of us that do, I can go back and look at their streams from 2 months ago and look at the streams now, and I see a visible difference.
Well, yeah, but is that the game or is that Twitch?
No, that's the game. Okay. Well, okay, no, but there's a difference between the LOD and then.
Oh, is it the game? or is it Geo's computer?
Well, could
Big difference there.
Could be. A computer has a mind of its own.
You have made visual changes on your settings over the course of time as well. I have made like hardly no changes to mine.
I'm always playing in Ultra. Always playing in Ultra, Shadows on Medium.
All right.
Yeah. Update my video driver every now and then, you know, when new drivers come out, but seriously, you go look at stuff from a couple of months ago and you can see things look more like melted crayons in the near distance than they do today. So, have you guys done anything for the pumpkin contest yet?
I'm working on one. I just hope they get those updates in this week.
I'm super pumped for another update, or at least another really good forum post. It's this past week's forum post was freaking awesome. So I mean, I love stuff like that.
Epic is the word.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. I mean, if we don't get a good update to the game itself, you know, posts like that makes up for it.
It does.
It does, and it occupies our mind of the future for the game. You know, that's the way I look at it. You know, if we don't get one, give us the other. Both of them take a lot of time to do, one way or the other. But still, I mean,
have they announced when we're getting the update with the Halloween props?
I don't think so.
Haven't.
No.
I don't know if they're going to try and put it in the same time as the one for the competition or not.
Are we getting any? Is there any stuff for the competition that we're waiting on? In terms of props or materials?
That they said they weren't going to give us any more
so that's what
props or materials.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Which is sad because there's a lot of stuff that could definitely spice things up at least a little bit more for the competition. But yeah, you know, their selection of props probably would differ than the selection I would have done.
We were talking over the weekend. There was some news over at Daybreak. I think it came out. Did it come out Friday, Tenma, about Dragon's Prophet?
Yes, Dragon's Prophet, as of apparently this past Friday, is closing its North American side of things. In other words, Daybreak will no longer be handling Dragon's Prophet. They're kind of doing their own thing because it is ran by another company, but that gateway through Daybreak will not be there anymore, which in a way I think it's good because it frees up some of the developers and they could disperse those developers into the other games and, you know, things will work a little bit better.
Well, I'm hopeful that would be the case. We don't have any idea. They haven't said anything as far as we know, but love that game. It was fun. Although I got to say, since Landmark came along, I haven't played anything else. There's a couple games I've been wanting to go off and play with Devlin, GTA 5, for example. But Landmark's the only one I've been in. So, Miss Dragon's Prophet, you said you got up to level?
I got up to level 103 in that game in about a 3-week time frame in my off time. And that's just me when I'm killing time or whatever, but I level quickly anyway. But yeah, I got up to 103 and then all of a sudden read the forums, hey, we're closing doors, we're not going to be doing, and we are not offering character transfers. So I was like, I just wasted all that time on that, you know, and so yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason for the character transfers is because it would be to a separate company. A different company runs the EU servers. Is that right?
I'm not sure how that would work because Daybreak has their own system versus this other company
Yeah.
has a totally different system. So doing a character transfer, I don't even know how it would even be possible.
Well,
So,
Devlin, you any guesstimate how many, what number of players we have, a percentage of players that are over in Europe? I mean, you're in Landmark almost every day, you watching the streams. No, we haven't had a European
I have
server.
no idea, man.
We haven't had a European server since. God, when has it been, Tim? And when did they bring that down?
November?
something like that. I don't remember.
I think we have probably about 100 players, maybe, from EU right now. They're all frustrated because they're getting such high pings they can't actually do anything.
I think when they did the purchase, they moved everybody over
was it.
to the
Yeah.
NA servers, even though it says EU. It's not actually located in the EU.
Yeah, no,
And-
they shut those servers down and everyone's been migrated, and because of it, their pings are enormously high and they can't do anything. I've tried playing with EU players and they're elastic banding. They can't move as quickly. Building is a pain for them. They get
Well-
stuck in a teleporter. They're
The-
pooped.
I think what the biggest issue was is that particular company that was handling the servers for them had the agreement with SOE
Sony.
and Sony, and it was probably a Sony-owned server, some form or fashion, but there was like a legal tie and bind in there.
Sure.
So they had to cut the tie and bind and move it back to servers that they had control over, which of course would be here. So I'm assuming at some point in time they will locate somebody else that will host, all their gameplay stuff over into you, and that will be solved. But I don't know. Cross our fingers. We'll see.
So, what's everybody working on right now? What's everybody building? Guys, what are you doing?
Me, I'm thinking about starting to do some Halloweenish stuff and that sort of thing. But that's about the gist of what I'm thinking of.
Do you guys, by chance, know the details of the Halloween competition or Halloween events that they have? Official Daybreak events?
Nothing official yet. They haven't announced anything. They've hinted at stuff.
I heard there's going to be a server just for Halloween builds.
Mm-hmm.
An island, yeah.
And there is
I'm sorry, an island. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Devin.
Nothing.
Devin.
No, Elemental Fiend earlier snuck in on chat saying that unless there's a huge catastrophe this week, we should be getting our Halloween props, etc. Textures
Nice.
coming in this week.
Okay. Wow.
I was going to build my my very first tower, that Mine Castle tower, for Halloween and redo it, but my teleporter problem is still a huge problem, and I cannot build that build without the use of teleporters.
So what happens when you step on a teleporter? What happens?
Crash to desktop every single time. Every teleporter, every island, every server, it does not matter. If there's a teleporter and I touch it, I go to desktop.
I used to
On
do
my
that.
claim-
I used to
Yeah.
loop. Now I don't loop at all anymore.
Excuse me.
I don't loop anymore. I just goes right to desktop. And I've even experimented on my own claim. I can have a teleporter literally right next to one another and step on one and crash to desktop.
Like
So
what happened today? The
Yeah.
show.
Oh, the teleporters haven't worked correctly in, gosh,
Months.
quite some time. There's something that happened in one of the patches, and they've never worked since correctly.
In which
I don't
sense?
remember. I don't remember what patch that was. It's
that-
been quite some time, but basically we started getting the looping really bad, and then it went away, and then it came back, and yeah, that's pretty much the little issues that we have with the teleporters.
Yeah, I get looping, but it's not as bad as it was.
Yeah, and then we have the little, lifter thingies where they start doing this.
Funky flip.
I don't know what causes it, but it's cool as crap looking at it from a distance,
I can make them do that, but unless I want them to, I don't want them to.
I've seen some of those lifters go at lightning speed. Like you try stepping on it, and it's already gone to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, we gotta wrap soon. I gotta go get my kids at the bus stop. What you got going on this week? It's nice to have you back on the show, by the way, loved.
Hopefully we'll be able to stream soon. We're halfway to the middle point of having our house painted. And Kev's getting a little frustrated because we can't hang anything until it's done.
Halfway to the middle point, isn't that a quarter done?
Yeah, something like that.
Devlin, what's your schedule look like for the rest of the week?
Let's see. Starting tomorrow, it's hatred.
They say don't eat on stream, but I brought her food, so.
No. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I have nothing going on this week.
What's your next day that you'll be in the stream with us?
Let me see. Probably Thursday, I believe. I might be there tomorrow morning, but probably not. Nope, not for the rest of the week. I lied.
You going to build anything for the Halloween competition, for the pumpkin carving competition?
No. I'm not going to do that unless I just get a wily hair, but I doubt it.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff. Fierce has got a claim set up for people to go pick up stuff and drop off. I've seen a few tweets. Make sure, everybody, when you're tweeting out to put hashtag LX in your tweets, and I will see them. It's shorter than typing out the whole Landmark Explorer thing.
Don't forget this Wednesday.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, let's spend the rest of our time. Why don't we spend, I've got 5 minutes solid. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so here's the dealio. We have a special guest coming to the show on Wednesday over on my channel for Let's Talk Landmark. This has been a long time coming because everybody wants to see this guy, and it's a huge pleasure to have him come onto the show. Dave Jorgensen will be joining us for Let's Talk Landmark, episode 56. And basically, we're doing a call out to everybody to lend us your talents and questions, and send us some messages in game. Just shoot us an in-game mail with your questions to either Gaius Maximus, Devlin, Tenma, Murin. Those are pretty much the main ones, okay? Send your questions to us. Also, Katina is the other. Send us your questions. We're building a list of questions for Dave. So
now, he can't talk about anything related to Daybreak or anything related to Landmark. It's or EverQuest Next, related to their development and stuff. As a player, he can talk about what he likes to build and do. So you can ask,
So if your question is anything too specific like that, don't expect it to get answered. But go ahead and send the questions our way anyway. There may be something that we can talk about, that he can talk about, that may be able to kind of not exactly answer directly, but kind of go around something, maybe something not too specific. There may be things he can talk about. There are certainly things that he can't talk about. So go ahead. If you have a question, send it to us so that we can get this onto the list and he can go through and approve it.
He will be screening through the questions and being like, hey, I can't touch that question. He's going to let us know ahead of time. But for the most part, it's free reign right now to get all the questions in so he can go through them. That's pretty much the big things. Yeah, I think you've covered. He is under NDA, so certain that was the whole reason why we're doing it the way we are. Okay. But I'm pretty sure everybody wants to see what Dave's up to and all that kind of good stuff. So
and get the lowdown on his trip to Iceland.
Elemental Fiend asking why the guild system was rushed out.
My God.
Good one, Elemental. Good one.
So Elemental is today's winner of Let's Talk Landmark.
Yeah. It's good. It's really good. Like I said, we don't know exactly what he can and can't talk about, and for that reason, we're kind of leaving it in his hands to kind of go through. And I'm pretty sure there are some things he can. Then there are some things he can't.
Yeah, and you want to know what's happening in his life, or what he likes to do, what he doesn't like to do, outside Landmark, not related to Landmark. Man, send those questions to. I think it'd be a lot of fun to hear him talk about.
It's gonna be great.
Crap he's been up to.
It's gonna be great just because we haven't seen Dave in a while, and everybody's he was pretty much the face of Landmark and the company for a lot of us for quite a bit of time there. So it was a pleasure to actually hear that he actually would come on the show. So
do we know when Daybreak is moving into their new offices? We saw Emily tweet a picture out. The building looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Elemental, can you tell us when you guys are?
I'm waiting for somebody to build the new Daybreak offices in Landmark.
Thank you.
I already had that idea, and I was like, I could, but I'm just not going to.
The only picture I've seen so far is just the front of the building. I want to see the whole.
Get us some pictures. We can build your office in the game, okay? We can do that. That's
soon, TM.
Soon, of course. Get us some pictures of the building, though. Seriously.
Yeah, that'd be, man, seriously. Anybody out there in San Diego, drop us some more pictures of that building. That'd be fabulous. We got a teaser. Was that from Emily? The teaser tweet?
The front of the building with the big owl eye thing.
Oh, I got a suggestion for a new loading screen for the game. I saw a meme come across Twitter over the weekend. It's a cat inside a washing machine. The lid's open, the cat just walking around in circles. Loading screen. Did you see that? Have you guys seen that? It's
yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, it's good. Well, anything else? Anybody? Any other housekeeping stuff? We're doing the morning brew all week, and we are on YouTube early in the mornings. Usually about 8 o'clock. If the kids miss the bus, then we're on at 8:30. Building. Come join us. Working on my pub crawl project. Tinma and Devlin were out there this morning helping out. It was a lot of fun.
He did it.
It was good. It was good. Timo, you got Let's Talk Landmark on Wednesday evening. What are you doing the rest of the week stream-wise?
Basically, we're trying to finish up the rest of the pages of the Halas builds that actually have Halas in them. That is not taking into account what's already been submitted or anything like that. It's just the ones that have Halas on it. Trying to give feedback to everybody. I've gotten some responses on Twitter. They kind of went back and looked at their build and looked at my responses to their build and stuff like that. I am harsh, but I think I'm halfway fair, at least a little bit, and trying to help people pretty much guide them in the right direction to improve their build. So,
are you contacting them in any way, or are you just going out to the claim and?
I go to the claim. I do it on my stream, and all they got to do is go to the past broadcast, find out whoever I'm on, and figure out what to look for from there. I'm actually thinking about going to my past broadcast and put like A through E, E through F, or something like that. That way it's easier for you to find your stuff. So
that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, just trying to give feedback right then and there on every single claim we go to. It would take us a lot of time to do that. So that's why I don't leave in-game messages for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in. It's been another fun show, episode 55. It's a wrap.
All right. Have a good one.
Have a good day.
Kids. Be good, everybody. Cheers.
Go build something. I beat you to it.